Welcome back, everybody. Just checking if this thing's working, and then we'll we got mainly Mastery Pack at the start, like 3 cases, and then it's onto Super Slam. We don't have MPG left. Actually, we do have 1 case, I think. But we have a bunch of Super Slam left. If you're keen, get into that. I think everything's good. All right, let's jump in. We got 2 cases of Mastery Pack for our friend Mr. Grimm. And I'm gonna get them all ready while the stream fills. I think this is our last few boxes before. I mean, we should get a restock, but we don't know yet if and when. See if we can find. We still have never hit a Testament or a Jarl Marvel, so we can hope. Late as always, man. I was on time. You should have seen there's a massive accident on the way up. Mark, your stuff will be next. I've got 16 boxes for Andreas, and then a bunch of stuff for you as well. So is it back 4 or back 3 with this? So confusing. There's a foil. I think the amount of this that's been opened is not. Ooh, nice hit. Is not a lot, so the EV is actually not too bad. Well, that's a lie. I think the EV is trash, but if you hit well, it's like a lot more than the value of the boxes. It's easy enough to get. Yeah, Mark, I think I've got all your orders. Hey, Jackson. I can count them off for you later and double check that I've got everything you've ordered, but I'm pretty sure. I printed it off today, so. Another rare, another foil. Box 1 so far uneventful. Although I don't know if Fearless is still worth more than the box. Maybe not, but it's probably still the best Majestic in the set. All right, box 2. Feels weird calling these boxes. Half a box. Annexation. There we go. Foil Seismic. Mr. Rare in here. Mr. Majestic in there. Daily grind. What are you hoping to get out of MPG, Mark? You on the... It's just Jarl, right? I think someone in store hit the Young Bravo, which is probably just as rare as the Jarl, but worth nothing. Money and MPG do not go hand in hand. Double rare. Crash and bash foil. Alright, last backer box 2. Is Headbutt the one that comes in EA as well? Captain of the Guard. We have a Richter scale. Common equipment in this is like very hard to come by. Perfect foil. So if everyone tuning in, got 3-ish cases of MPG and then Super Slam on the menu, which I think is also 3 cases. There's still a bunch of slots left for Super Slam. If you're keen, grab a box or 10. It's at a pretty good price, actually, for what it's worth. Not our best-selling product ever, but I think it's pretty good for generic. So eventually. Actually, is the Shizuoka stream done?
Yeah.
Did they announce anything? Any spoilers? Nothing?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Because James was at that one, I think. Guess Worlds will see the next set. Wait, that's weird, actually, because James is not at Worlds, as far as I know. So maybe maybe just gets Brian to do the announcements. I wonder. Test of Iron Grip. Ooh, this is rare as hell, dude. I don't know. It's not worth money, but it's so rare. This is the second one I've ever seen. Wait, did we hit one? We only hit one, right?
We hit one.
Yeah. There you go. It's probably exactly the same rarity as the Jarl, Andreas, but you get this. Congratulations.
It's a silver medal.
Should we grade it for free for it?
Instead of putting the card's name up there,
Yarl test print. Did you see there are barcode cards in Super Slam?
No, I haven't seen any of those since art.
Yep. Someone was like, tagged me. He's like, look, they're even reprinting the barcodes. I'm like, yep, they sure are. I think we sold our barcodes. At least one of them sold.
We sold one.
But it's a different barcode. It like has
You'd want it.
markings on the corners. It's not the same looking. Captain of the Guard. Any Jarl or Adult Valda yet? Not in this stream, no, but we just started. And we're going through a bunch of it. It's 3 cases worth. I mean, that's not actually a lot, I know, but nothing yet. But we've never hit the Jarl or the Testament. Actually, there's also 2 of the Seismics we've never hit, so any of those would be great. I hate the art card. It always feels like you might be hitting something good. When I say I hate it, I just wish it was flipped. It's like it was what's on the back of them? Seismic Surge or something? Visit Anvilheim. Hostile Encroachment. Another Fearless. So when the set came out, Fearless was like pretty much the price of a box. I don't know where they're at now, but last pack, box 5. No, this is box 5. That was box 4. Whoops. Don't know why I thought that was cold for a minute. Another Fearless. It's a playset. Hopefully that's still good EV then. cold foil rare. Yeah. Looks pretty, but last pack. I think I was right the first time. This is box. I just can't count. This is box 7. Break stature. Right. Unfortunately, not a valuable EA, but double majestic. Hey, there's a full headbutt. Perfect. Mark, Andreas probably is happy to sell that to you. You've probably spoken to him before. Another cold foil. Box 8. I just don't know if he's awake right now, but I think what he's hunting does not include a foil headbutt, so. Clash. All right. 0 marbles yet. And this is the end of, although technically not a case because I kind of mixed these 2 cases, but this is 8 boxes. So far. Ooh. I think it's, yeah. Not a good one either. So many cold foils is that in 8? It's a lot for what they are. Okay. 8 more for Andreas, and then a few of Mastery Pack for Mark, and then we're into Super Slam. Headbutt. Fourth, Fearless. Box, what is this? 10? No legendaries, no marvels yet. Surely just around the corner. It's a legendary, is it? It's a good one. Wait, is this the only legendary in the set? I can't remember. No, Testament in this. I think this is the one you want. There we go. 1 Rainbow 4 base. Last couple of packs of box 10. This is the last one. Nothing. Another legendary. Ley line. Okay. Rainbow foil. Not bad. Call for backup. Captain of the Guard. Last pack. Box 11. Nothing. Okay. Solid ground, not bad. Foil, Captain of the Guard. All right, last 4 boxes. Cold foil Tremor. Something fancy. I think this might be a hell yeah. That is one pretty card. Very nice. That one we will grade.
That's the same ley line we've got from before.
Yeah, yeah, it is. The trees.
Yeah.
Sick looking though. That one's worth grading. It doesn't get shuffled. Although it's Belgian print, so who knows?
Good luck.
But hey, a win's a win. Nice to hit a Marvel in his 16 boxes. Although, like, I hate saying that because it's actually only 8 boxes, you know what I mean? Which is about on rate.
Yep.
For Marvels.
We average 1 every 12 boxes.
Yeah. Which is the one we haven't pulled? The other two. Jones. The other two are the ones we haven't pulled. Or anyway, this isn't for us, so it doesn't matter. I'd like to see them in person. And call for backup. Foil. Alright, 3 more boxes. Can we hit anything else? What's the best looking one? The lava one, maybe? Can't remember the art now. Crystal and lava, I think, are cooler than this one. But if I played Starvo, I'd be wanting to play this one, you know? It all depends. Does Starvo even make seismic surges?
Just waiting for that Draconic Guardian to the lava one.
Draconic. Little Bigfoot. Adult Valda. Last couple of packs of box 14. Seismic Shelter and a Disenchantment. I put these in the foil Majestic slot, but I don't think they're worth anything. They're just kind of cool. Maybe one day. All right, 2 boxes left. Hey, Rob, I mean, that happened with Command and Conquers for a bit, and then they went back up. It's just supply demand, I think. I'd still wait for a few weeks before things taper off. Although it's not a generic, so it's possible that this is just the new normal for Plough. Hey, Luke, they've been all right, but it's early days. See what else we can find in these last 2 boxes. Peck Perfect. Way too many set cards in this set. We have a foil. Call for backup. Another one. 2 more packs of the second last box. Whoops. Let me clear up some room. And last box. Daily grind. Oh, nice hit for the last box. It's a money hit. Time for more breaks. Damien, depends on what you're buying, bud. We really only have, well, we have a lot, just not Mastery Pack. So yeah, if you want to grab Super Slam or anything else on the site, just tell me when you order it so I can make sure I don't forget you. Test. Yeah, we're not super... actually, today was funny because we did the stream last week and a whole bunch of people ordered right after the stream. So this is like a bonus stream I wasn't expecting. Always happy though. Anyone pays me to open a box, it's a good day. And we still have a bunch to go through. Pack perfect for the last pack. All right. Let me check. Okay.
Yeah. Got a high seas box break case.
High seas. Do you want Belgium or Japanese, friend? Just let me know. We can ship to the US, but what's going to happen is the US, we're going to have to hit them with tariffs. Wait, if we ship every order to the US and it says for the attention of Donald J. Trump, do we still have to pay tariffs?
Probably have to pay triple.
Fuck. That made sense in my head. NZ Post or Follow, we've just had to like sign up to basically a tariff paying service. So we ship and then they tell us how much tariffs to pay. So I have 4 MPG boxes for Mark, I believe. Yes, let's do it. So we have to pay the tariff, Rob. Yeah. Even if you like declare low, we have to pay $1 something fee every time. plus 10% plus, I don't know. We also don't know, so we're shipping to the US. I'm going to keep a bit of an eye out on what it costs, and then we got to, respond accordingly. But to be fair, most of the orders we're shipping to the US right now are like old orders that have been piling up. But yeah, no, it's like they never stopped. Well, the US government didn't stop shipping coming in. They just wanted people to pay. But it wasn't clear who to pay and how much, I don't believe. That's the issue. And, for a small business like us, which we'd count as small, we kind of need to know. Yeah, Rob, obviously the importer's meant to pay, right? But, think about our position, right? Well, okay, the importer will pay. So whatever we pay, we're going to pass on. So I think American orders will go up by 10%. That's it. When you browse the shop from the US, not even browse, if the shipping address says US, it's going to... there are some workarounds which people used to do even before this. You just use a freight forwarding service from a country that doesn't pay tariffs. So you get people to ship there and then it forwards. But it's only worth if you're doing big numbers. I personally don't care. US is like, we get a bunch of orders from the US, but they're not, there's not a big percentage of what we do. So for box breaks and stuff, we'll just figure it out. Keep in mind, we don't for a box break, I don't put the pricing, the value of the parcel as the retail of the boxes, because naturally, you're more likely to lose money than gain on a box break. So I think we put in something erroneous every order, like $20. Cool. Box 2 for Mark. It's just US. There's no global tariffs. And like someone just mentioned, tariffs are usually paid. Like when we ship to Europe, the person receiving has to pay depending on the value and the types of good coming in. I just bought an EA Dead Threads. You will see it as 2 high seas boxes, but that's... Oh, I see, Dan. I understand what you're saying. I will try and make that happen for you. You got to tell me, Damien, if you want Japanese or Belgian print, because I have both. A tariff based on the box price? No, Rob, it's based on the price we declare. It depends. It's based on the value we declare. So we declare low, but it's still, it's still going to charge us. There's a minimum charge now to ship to the US on top of postage. But we'll simplify it so that it doesn't, you just order. I think when you order something in the US, state taxes, etc., get applied to the cart at the end. I think that's what this might end up looking like. Still have to... again, I don't even know what we're paying yet for me to work that out. Damien, so if you mainly have Japanese print in your collection, these, Belgium will look different. If you want the best quality for grading, go Japanese. If you want better randomization, go Belgium. If you're trying to hit a broad array of cards, like commons and rares especially, you don't want 3 of the same majestic. Belgium's the way to go. Yeah. Sure. Okay. Japanese it will be. Might do that at the end of the stream, Damien. Foil Liebedent. I'll have a look, Mark, if that's the case. Ah, it's in the rare pile, which I can see. You're right. Clash of Bravado. Looks like a Kasai card, doesn't it? Captain the Guard. All right, last box of MPG for Mark. Headbutt. Not foil. Fearless. This class, I don't know. It's not going to be Brute or Guardian, I imagine. So maybe Warrior? Maybe Mech? That many.
6 so far.
Okay.
Damien and Jeremy.
How fun. Last pack of MPG for today. 8 break stature. Okay. I'm gonna grab some water. And then we got some Super Slam for Mark. And a few other people. I'll be back in a minute. She found 2 mountain dews I haven't seen before and forgot them in my fridge.
Ah,
An electric one, which you probably had, and a red one.
Code Red's always a classic.
Maybe that's what it is. Sorry guys, Mark has like 18 orders I have to combine. Alright, how many Super Slam? And like 4 Super Slam. Whoa. What the hell? My browser closed. Ah, and I just doxed him. No, I didn't. It's fine. His doesn't have an address on it. I guess my stream's still going. It's just the browser shut down. Okay, here we go. 4 Super Slams. Yep. Okay. I think when I flicked the paper, literally a piece of paper clicked the mouse button that closed the browser. If only I was that lucky with my pulls, huh? Alrighty. Alright. Let's open some wrestling boxes. So I think we've hit everything in this at some point. I'm trying to think now. Oh, I forgot. Top card is the hit. Oh man, this is going to take forever to recalibrate. See how we go. Painful passage. I'm very close to you compared to when I'm back home. Oh, nice. What are you doing in New Zealand, bud? That is close. It's like a couple of hour trip and you would be in Sydney. Should do that on the way home. Hey, leave them hanging cold foil. We'll take that. I hope not. It's a terrible idea to put cards in the front of the pack. I mean, they should know this because they used to do it in Crucible First Edition. The first wave has the hit at the bottom of the pack, and they immediately changed it. So, who knows, man? I don't know why they... Like, I feel like they've had a very good system since Uprising. Like, for the opening experience and the collation of the packs. But I don't know why these massive changes every once in a while, like, that don't seem logical. To me, obviously, there might be... It's very likely there's a good reason for some of it, but... It's a very bad idea for grading. It's probably, if they keep it, it's a good idea for new players and you know, not losing cards because they're in the back of the pack. I know I had fears about numbered artist proofs in Dust Till Dawn. People throwing them in the bin because they were like literally the second last card and not, you know, I would miss some hits in Dust Till Dawn while I was cracking on stream. It'd be hard to miss one of those, but it's not impossible that, you know, an artist proof got put in the bin or with the bulk somewhere in someone's closet. But look, I don't think it's a good idea. Because like you cannot touch the pack without touching that card, and if it's an expensive card, you've risked damaging it. Ever open one of what? An expensive card? Yes. No, what I think the hit should be sandwiched between two cards, whether it's at the top or bottom. Oh, no, I have never opened a Dust Till Dawn artist proof, and I opened a lot of that set. All right, box one is finished. Fix the match. The EA, yeah, the New Horizon is great. It's just, you know, not cold foil. Not that I want it to be, but we'll see. We'll see what these reprints actually end up doing. It's hard to tell. Oops. Have some high seas to open. So gold packs. It's been a while. Definitely not going to know what to do there. I mean, the issue with them reprinting the original art is they'd be reprinting against their policy. Although they could have just done it in non-foil in the original art, right? So, yes, I don't know. I don't agree with the we have a reprint policy, but we can skirt around it by changing the art. Now, the art costs money, so that like there's a, I guess, a penalty for them in reprinting, but I agree. I think they're just skirting the reprint policy. But look, whatever you think, they've been very clear about it. So as a collector, you should just know that everything can be reprinted in different art. And unfortunately, hey Fabrock, unfortunately, Flesh and Blood has shown that the old cards and art don't seem to be a good place to park money, that's for sure. Not that I personally park money in it, but, you know, they've only ever dwindled in value since the heights. So but I don't think that's a uniquely Flesh and Blood problem right now either. I don't think old school anything is doing well. See, like, I grabbed this pack, not roughly, but like hate seeing that on top. Yeah, Mark, so there's no point maybe for you collecting, but there's a lot of... it's very inviting for a new collector. Because the pricing, like, it's definitely... everything's a buyer's market, so... if you were entering Flesh and Blood right now, you'd be pretty happy with where the state of old stuff is. Easy to get some very cool pieces at a pretty cheap price. And you still like the blue Pallades is like very expensive for a card in a current set. We sold one for, I think, bang on €1,000. It's a lot of boxes worth of money, worth of one card. The last Super Slam stream we hit Cold for Fable. I've still personally never opened a Rainbow for Fable. Which if I had, I would have one for my deck, but here we are. With none. Someone sell me one. Take the bait. I also hate that the second I open a pack, I already know if there's something good in it or not. There's no build-up. I'm assuming you want all your super rares, Mark. I like to be tossed around, do I? Reckless Stampede foil. Wait, is this the first foil M I've hit? No, it's not. The rest are supers. Okay, second one we've hit. In 3 boxes. I guess the attention grabbers is taking up that slot. Crazy. How much of the set have I opened? I don't know. More than 200, less than 300 boxes? Hey, Devin. I think we might have boxes for you. I'm trying to remember. I'll get to them. I think Ken is next. Oh, that is a Majestic. Hey, Parched Terrain foil. Last 2 packs of second last box. few packs ago looked like a cold fall on top. You reckon I've missed one? I don't think so. The lighting can be... But I'll quickly flick through. Cold foils, I don't tend to miss. Majestics, on the other hand. It's not in this. Doesn't look like a bud. I'll quickly look through this last bit. There's always a little bit of glare in the shop, and it can... No. Will Fluke be at PAX? No. I will not be at PAX. I don't think there's any announcement if I was going to PAX. I was thinking about it to get some of the exclusive light shadow stuff, but yeah, didn't end up thinking it's worth it. Oops. That pack exploded. Lucky, it just token on top. Yeah, I don't think it's worth it. I might get some friends to pick stuff up if we need it. Now, last box 4, Mark. Gallo. There's a cold foil. Wait. That's where these went. Baby cold foil. I can put it in the bin, Mark, but you've already paid for it, so not much I can do there. Crowd goes wild. Double Majestic pack. Hey, Tapper. Plounder. Hey, there we go. Rainbow foil gauntlets. You don't see legendaries that often in this set. Parched terrain. Alright, last pack. Does not have a marvel. Just a super. Mark, we tried. I mean, you've had some crazy luck on streams before. It's got to balance out sometimes, you know? Alright, I'll put your MPG cards in here too. And get this out to you. Alright, who's next? I've got James, Kevin, and Kenneth. Nice. We'll do Ken for 2 boxes. These are Mark's foils. Do you want rares, Mark? It doesn't have 2. I don't understand. Ah, cool. Okay. I don't think we're keeping rares either this set. Already have too many. Alright. Ken, good luck. So this is a fresh case for those who care. Golden Gate. Felling. Beacon. Super rares have been weird. Like, I think we've sold a lot of them, but I also think there's a lot of them in the boxes, so I'm not sure where they're gonna land. They're very different to the original super rares because those used to eat up a majestic. Like, you'd get 2 majestics and then it's a foily beat. Yeah, you'd get like 8 total super rares and majestics. So you'd get like 2 majestics and 6 super rares on average. and the foil would sometimes be a super rare instead of a majestic. This set, you get all 8 plus.
Hold it. Just keep do a bite. Do I'm streaming at the moment.
How you doing, Dad? Alright. Yeah, I'm doing good. How about yourself? You doing good? You just passing by?
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Ooh. Cold for good natured beauty. Nice.
Yeah, I don't play. He's playing TG, but it's many moons ago.
No puppy on stream. To be fair, should be no puppy in the store, but here we are.
Next time is only if you buy something.
No, just a no is easier. It's just clean, you know. All right, box 2. Let me check. Mark, I see nothing, bro. Send me a better quality screenshot. I've got the cards here. I can go through them. It's more likely, actually, I've got your stuff here. It's more likely in the foil pile, but like you guys sometimes will say I put it in the common pile, but I've actually just put it in the foil pile. So I'll check. Nope. And nope. Yeah, it's too glary, eh? Yeah, but that's just glare. What is that card even? Can you identify the card? Because it probably doesn't even come in cold for. But I don't know. I've checked through the bulk, but it's not there. Ooh, Gallo. Marvel. Not a big hit, but pretty cool nonetheless. Actually, Dev, can you? I'll send you this. See,
Just send it to me. I'll look.
it's such a. Send me the timestamp. I'll look at it properly. I can't tell by that video. It is very glary. I'll try and let me fix the angle. Actually, I can't. Yeah, see, on my viewfinder, it doesn't look that glary. It's okay. Don't get an adult hero or fable. The case is done. I mean, it's not that simple, Eugene. Because
Yeah, it's 3 minutes, mate. Just
I don't know. I don't track, like, I don't think they print the cases that way. And you're not getting a Marvel every case, let alone every 2 cases, so.
boxes of 6 are 69. A full box is 340. The elite trainer boxes are 110. That's all we have. Everyone else is out. No, you can take them. Yeah, grab them. You can get them. If you can't, I'll grab them.
Channel.
Get them there. Cash or card there, mate?
Thrust. Whoops. Blood. Horns.
I mean, Markston, I think it is a cold fall. It's one of the common ones.
Bro, I don't think I put it in the wrong pile though, because I went through and I couldn't find any. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What I don't know. I need the timestamp. Maybe you could see. Either way, I'll send you a cold fall common, but it's not in the bulk for some reason. But which one is it? And that's those, Ken. Just a baby Marvel hit. All right. I think there's a loose box for Kevin. And then a case. Let me move the bulk. bait, double big bully pack. Hunter or hunted foil. I think it's a good one too. Parched. I don't know, Jason. I don't think they can do that. I don't think the way they print, they can dictate what card goes with what in a box. I think it's light up the leaves. Helm of the Adored. Last pack, Kevin. Not much there. Okay. And I've got a case for James. And then 6 boxes of High Seas. Right. Here we go. Good luck. Tempest. Man, no marble, huh? Oh, we did hit the Gallo so far. I think that's the best hit, rarity-wise. Nice. See, guys, the issue is some genius decided to put a Pokemon sign up in our window. And
If we are on, yeah, well, you get one.
can we white it out?
Just go stand outside all day.
No Pokemon. Then I set up a lemonade stand, but you're selling Pokemon packs.
You know those spinny signs? Those fluffy signs? No Pokemon.
Shit, had someone hit us up for a box break for Mega. Hasn't paid or anything, so it can wait. Yeah, Jason, we'll do yours, but it'll probably be the last one we'll add today, guys. What box was it, Jason? Was it a Super Slam box? Because I can do that. After this case. Super Slam? Cool. Yeah, I'll do that. That's easy. Battlefield Blitz. I don't see many double majestic packs in Super Slam, but they exist. Foil light up the leaves, nice. Wong, I like them. I think it's great. There's a lot of good ones in the set, that's for sure. Like Super Slam feels like a expansion set. Yeah, that's what it feels like. It's like a Brute and Guardian heavy expansion set, but there's a lot of reprints. I think maybe that might be hurting its like limited play. Maybe that's why they are not running that at Worlds. I don't know. I don't think there's any limited Super Slam events.
So it's just that one World Premier calling and that.
Yeah. So maybe it's lacking in depth or something, or not balanced because they wanted to add so much to it. I don't know. I'm literally just guessing, but it's good, like from a singles perspective, because we're seeing like a wide array of them sell. Very even spread of what's selling. Ooh, another Gallo. I don't know if that's good or not. See that 2 cases in a row, but here we are. Still the only Marvel we've seen today. In Super Slam, that is. Well, no, Super Slam was Mastery Pack Guardian was printed like maybe a year to 18 months before Super Slam. And they just shelved it, so. Yeah, the EV meme drag. It's like definitely not high seas or hunted EV, but I think that's very likely to change over time because of the reprints. And yeah, there's a lot of like generic Guardian and generic Brute cards in here. All right. 2 more boxes for James. Foil M. No tall tales. Like, I would be pumped for this set if it was, you know, the classes I play. So, because, yeah, it's not expensive to buy the cards because it's quite niche. But also, I think that's just the way Fab's been trending. Like, I think high seas, there were just supply issues, so some of the prices went a bit crazy, but sets before that haven't been like stupidly expensive to buy the singles. That's why people buy singles and not boxes in Fab. Which boggles my mind. I wouldn't play card games if I never got to open boxes. It's like most of the fun. For me, anyway. Is a legendary RF Iron Fist. Beat of the Iron Song. I have the box. It's okay. We'll deal with it later.
You can have yours.
Thank you. Because one case we sold 3 of the boxes already, so. Yeah, I mean, of course they're low, like, because, you know, how many thousands of those have been injected into the market now? They're not, so what's weird about this set is the frequency you see those cards in. We saw them nearly twice as much as the set legendaries, which was surprising to me because the set legendaries are what we need. Like, they're new to the market, right? So more people would want those, you'd think. But we got way more New Horizons and flick knives than we did the gloves. Either of them. So that made no sense to me. Could just be our luck with the Japanese boxes we got, but yeah, very odd if that's on purpose. You're just going to crash the market on those forever. Also, the amount of plow unders and fellings was exactly as many as every other Majestic in the set. Like, they're not... Snag is short printed to hell for us. I mean, we've been opening for a bit, and this was the first one in here that we've seen. Definitely way less than any other Majestic. Which makes sense, because it's a reprint. Little bit of respect for the secondary market, I think, works. So flick knives and New Horizon, they seem... I don't want to say like overprinted, because I don't know what number they're basing that off, but... I don't know what the metrics are. They did just reprint Spellbound Creepers, and they paywalled it. But you can buy the convention exclusive and get a pair. Those kind of reprints I like a higher cost one, because it takes pressure off the low end. Foil. Oops. I mean, next set was pretty much confirmed as Monarch 3. I thought. Yeah, Eugene, I think it's a sleeper set. It'll just burn, be a slow burn. A bit like Dynasty and Dust Till Dawn ended up being there's just not enough of those cards, so those Majestics have gotten very expensive over time. Not enough was opened or printed or... Double Majestic. Glistening, I've asked James a couple of times and he's said, no, they're not reprinting it. So I don't know. Also, a lot of Warrior players, Dory players, I should say, don't rate it. It does. I don't think it ends up in many lists anymore. Maybe that's why. I think LSS just like to... I think this internally is probably hey guys, let's test and see what happens when we do this, and they'll adjust. So I'm not they do this a lot. Nearly every set that comes out has something new, collectability wise, or literally none of the sets are carbon copies. So I think this was just a test, a calculated test. Just look, we're going to do this many reprints and this quantity and see what the market looks like. And they picked New Horizon and Flick Knives, which probably both are not the most needed reprints, right? Which makes me think it's a test, not the final. Is this the second in one case? Let me check. I think, yes, it is. Hey, Plowlander. Here's the thing, guys. I haven't actually tracked the current pricing. We haven't done a price update, although we'll probably do it this week. How much is Plowlander right now? Just reprint or not reprint? How much are they right now? Plowlander and Felling. Oops. This is the last pack. Cool. USD. Yeah, so my point, by the way, is a lot of Majestics in Flesh and Blood end up under the $5 mark. So even if after the reprint they're at 20 or even 15, then they've probably achieved what they're trying to achieve, because that's still not reprinted to the ground. Reprinted to the ground would be freaking soul food, man. That's a... No, but that's right. There's so many of those, and it doesn't see play.
Yep.
like if you really wanted to do the exercise of killing the value of a card, you would need to print way more than they have, is what I'm trying to say. So they probably look at it as a success. They've like, let's say, halved the price of that card. But any card, single card, so like, or think of it as a playset. If you need $60 to $100 for a playset of any card, I imagine LSS look at that as a fail, because it's like a big friction point for a new player building a deck. And a lot of us established players we're not quite able to, because you don't have to buy a full deck at any point because you have a bunch of the staples already. But a new player looks at it and goes, yeah, $60 card, $180 playset. And it's not even a card that you can necessarily transfer to another deck like a Tunic or Command and Conquer. I think maybe LSS look at this as a success. But my point was, it's still not a cheap Majestic. That was the point I was trying to make. It's gotten cheaper, but it's not a cheap Majestic. This is Jason's. Good luck. Didn't realize there was a card called Goon in this set.
There's multiple.
Checks out. Ryan, yes, I would grade the Marvel Palladius. Any card that's like that $1,000 mark, I would grade it. Most of the real collectors will want a clean copy, and the best way to prove you have a clean copy is by having someone who's not you tell them it's a clean copy. We sold our graded one, we've bought another, and we'll immediately grade it. But, you might, you list it for sale as raw. You're not going to get... Yeah, James, it wasn't bad, actually. Yeah, I don't think you're going to, like, double your money by grading your ladies. Those days are gone. You will double, maybe even more, if you get a flawless 10, but because the card is on the top of the packs, I don't think a flawless 10 will exist. Although, PCG do have the pop report, which if you check in the next few weeks, maybe someone somewhere pulled one. That's the first Mage Hunter we've seen. This is the last Super Slam box, guys, and we're doing a case and a half of High Seas, and then I'm out of here. Like, how many boxes have I done? 3 cases? 3 cases. Not a single hero Marvel. It just doesn't feel great, especially when the young ones aren't worth a lot. They should really up the... Like, they should make the young hero Marvels 1 a case just so you get one.
It feels so bad when you see them, though.
Yeah, but at least there's like 1 a case. At least, like, you get one. I don't know. To be fair... like, maybe that would be worse, because, like, the price would just be $10 each.
Yeah.
But it doesn't feel great. Anyway, we've hit 2 of the friggin' Gallo, so they were probably supposed to be the hero Marvels. Who knows? Last pack. It is not a Marvel. Unlucky, bud. Thanks for playing. That's what I missed. No one has German luck. Is this 6 boxes for one person? No. Okay.
Case for 1 and 2 for
Oh, okay. It's James. Okay, cool. I'll do the loose boxes first for Damien. All right, 2 boxes for Damien B. Sorry, James, I didn't realize the others were yours. I might have done them at the same time, but we'll do your case last. Hey, we're gonna do gold packs at the start since there's only a few. Start off with a bang. Yuck. Actually, I'll just do your other one while we're at it. What's the big... I'm trying to think what the big hit in gold packs is again. Other than like the one of ones, which I don't think all have been hit yet. I guess Cold 4 Dead Threads still big. Yuck. I tried. Oh, yeah, no, James, I'll do yours last. I was planning to, but I thought with 2, I'll just do them first. All right, good luck to Damien. What is... This is back to normal. Sorry, bud. I tried. I tried my hardest. It's so weird seeing that at the bottom of a pack. Did I? Yep. Where is the other rare? There you are. I don't think Polly's a good hit because it's not worth much compared to... it's not as much, like, because Puffin's just not seen play. Also, any Marvel that's, like, that specific to a hero doesn't seem to be great value unless, like, you know, the hero is very playable. But that'll change the second Polly gets a top 8 somewhere. Polly? I mean, Puffin. With Polly in the deck, I should say. Alright, so foil big game trophy. If you weren't aware, guys, these are Japanese packs, hence the plastic. But we do have Belgian packs. It was kind of weird because they re-upped us for high seas and they never said it would be Belgium. I would have actually said no. Just because, like, all our singles are Japanese. The second we just start mixing Belgium in, people might... You know, if someone orders 3 of something and we send one that looks a little different, it could be an issue.
But we've done that before. They think we send fake.
Yeah, we've had someone tell us we sent them a fake.
It's like, no, that one's just Belgium.
But I get it.
It looks different. Significantly different.
Yeah. Actually, Daniel has 1 cold foil Warmongers that's Belgium, and he wants to swap it because it's like looks different to his other 2.
Oh.
Not that you'd ever have more than 1 out at any given time.
It's triggering me like your deck out. for like one-off cards that are all express post.
Mm.
So, like people are getting ready for PQ. And they
Is
realise
it?
they
Is
missed
there
cards.
PQ? Ours is this weekend, but is this weekend one?
Yes.
Makes sense. Whaler Humperdick is still, I believe, worth money. Two packs left. Of box one, I should say. And this is box two. I mean, if you're watching and you're from, I mean, Australia, but mainly Sydney, our PQ is this weekend. We booked a hall. Hopefully we get a good turnout because we try and do the right thing and have a big play space for a competitive event, but unfortunately, card gamers like to book last minute, so we have no idea what the turnout's going to be like till Thursday this week. Foil loan shark's not bad. Oops. Leave no quarter. Give no quarter, not leave no quarter. Thinking leave no witnesses and give no quarter all at the same time. Diamond Amulet's nice. Oh, that's right. They're still massive hits in the treasure packs. They're the ones you want. Forget Dead Threads. Am I streaming PQ? I gotta ask. Yeah, Matt never got back to me. He said yes, and he'd tell me on... Oh, I guess it is Monday, but it was like 2 Mondays ago I was supposed to confirm. I'll double check. The plan was to stream it, yeah. I mean, even if we don't have commentary, I might still stream the matches. But, like, it's not going to be all the matches, right? It's going to be, like, one of the semis. Sorry, one of the quarters, one of the semis. And then the finals. But I'll try. It should be easy. We usually run those in the shop anyway. No, we should. Like, I think we'll stream it, commentary or no commentary, just so that the footage is there for people. I know... NIMBY. So you still get the Hero Marvels in the box, right? For high seas. Doesn't look promising so far. Whaler number 2. Chart. All right, 4 packs left. Three. Hopefully, like another good Majestic. No, no Majestic. Oh, a claw on the back there. Can't complain. these cards away for you, and then we'll do James's case. No problem, bud. Thank you. Unlucky. Alrighty. Let me. Where are you? All right. Let's do it. Good luck, buddy. I'll get to these at the end like you wanted. And we've got to end this with a bang, surely. What's the biggest hit we could possibly get? I'm trying to think of which of the 101s haven't been seen. I think there's some alpha legendaries
I think you've seen the Scabby.
potentially left. Definitely any of the Marvel amulets are massive. It's upside down, my bad. Oops. Sea legs and a riddle. Jolly Bludger. Foil Cogworks. Dovetail. I think there's like 10 different Cogworks in this set. Sounds a bit like. Are the amulets all printed? No, they're not. Definitely. No, they're definitely not, because there are paper gold packs and there are plastic gold packs. So no. There are versions. Ooh, we have a Marvel. Looks like an ally. Is it a good one? Cutty Shark. They all look sick, but I don't think this is one of the best ones to get. But hey, a hit's a hit. Tip the barkeep. doing the free grades for like marvels that go in your deck, just because marvels that go in your deck tend to end up being like lower value, and also I wouldn't recommend grading them. I miss a rare. I did. What the ratio is, I would hazard a guess that there's more Belgium than Japanese, but
It's pretty significant Belgium.
yeah, and also like every big event, I believe, was paper gold packs. All right, box one down. Not a bad first box. I think we'll find out. One way to tell, have they shown the print runs for any sets that they printed in both countries would be in the collector center. I'm not sure. But that'd be where to check ratios. They have the first set unlimited, but I'm trying to think if they have Japanese Belgium on there. Whoops. They'll show you language, but not. I don't know. I don't know how to tell. Also, there's a world where it's half-half. Because yeah, there's a world where it's half. Double majestic pack.
No, they just say used in Belgium and Japan.
Yeah, okay, they don't split it. I mean, actually, in saying that, a lot of times the Americans have Japanese print, but we never get Belgium. So maybe Japanese is more printed now. I don't know. Or maybe it alternates, like, depending on, like, maybe it's set by set. Like, they go, one set is Belgium, one set is Japanese.
When the sketch cards came out, the ratio was what? We only got 4 of the 20, so it was like 80% Belgium.
Did they say that, though?
Yeah.
Yeah, but different because it's an expansion set. They short print those anyway, like they're lesser print, they're smaller print runs. That's a foil. Anyway, no idea. Just speculating. Alright, getting to the end of box 2. tunic and I mean, dude, who's buying them? Like, when you say falling, I don't think they're falling. I think no one's buying them. So people just like who want to sell drop their pricing to it. There's just no market for them, man. It's unfortunate, but I know a lot of prominent collectors have exited, some publicly. And I don't think there's any goodwill left. Like a lot of these, not siding with them or not. I see that both sides, but having, I think ever since Art of War got printed in Cold Foil, man, it's just a lot of erosion of goodwill. Which I think, this is like my guess, I think LSS add things in like Marvel Pleiades blue, and to them that makes the set super collectible, which is true to a point. It's a very cool collector piece, but you know, you called your first set alpha because you were trying to replicate vintage Magic, so those people are gone. The vintage, the ones that have the first of anything. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna get that back. Also because they haven't like tried to get it back, you know. They've still, like, from a collector perspective, do the absolute minimum. Like Collector Week is still just it's underwhelming. Like, it's cool, but they like, you know, they ask people like me to show their collections. It makes no sense. Like, they should do giveaways and like they did this year. They did like tag us in there, show us your collection, but that stuff could be done with like a higher production. You know, you could do it at a big tier 3 or tier 4 event. But I think a lot of the goodwill's eroded because there's not like any direct communication. There's no, there's no like. I think collectors don't feel seen, which is kind of funny because I don't think companies acknowledge collectors of their game anywhere. Like, I don't think Wizards go out of their way to show off anyone's vintage collection, you know? Like, that's definitely a fan-driven thing. I just don't think we have that kind of culture in Fab. Yeah, Jordan, so I think a lot of people are in your boat, exactly. Like, the passionate collectors that play the game. I mean, including myself to a point. Like, I don't go for the max rarity anymore. It's not out of, like, spite or anything. It's just, like, you think you got the best Command & Conquer, and then they print a better version, and you're like, okay, so I'm going to invest and buy Cold Foil ones, and then they go and print a freaking rarer Kasai version that I can't get or afford. I'm like, ugh. You know? It's not even attainable. It doesn't even matter how much money you have. It's not attainable. There's like 50 of them in existence. Anyway, I don't. It's not. But in saying that, like, we still know a bunch of collectors that still buy very high-end collectibles, and, you know, it's not that it's dead. I think it just feels dead because of how much bigger and active it was in its heyday. Like, even the big Facebook groups, like high-end collectors Facebook group, the sealed and graded collectors group, they used to be like 20 posts a day in those, and they're completely silent. I never see anyone posting them. I think there was a window there for LSS to maybe do something more pop culture, more casual, like PvE, comic book, a TV series, anything. To sort of, what's the word? There's a word for this. To validate collectors is the word. But there's no validation for collectors, right? Outside of the tiny Flesh and Blood community. Even though it's grown a lot, it's still tiny compared to like a One Piece or Pokemon or heck, Star Wars, Gundam, all these other games that have massive IP. Look at that, dude. Riches. Rainbow foil for you. Pretty sure this is worth more than the whole case. Congrats. But yeah, I think there was a window, and they're hyper focused on competitive play. I don't think they see that window, and I think that window, like, maybe they'll do it in the future, and it'll have a good effect on the game. But dude, next pack right after that, RF Dead Threads. Wow. I should talk shit more. And this doesn't include your gold packs. Yeah, Look, no, okay, like, okay. My perspective is Warmongers didn't exist in cold foil, so them reprinting it in cold foil with a new art is like, okay, fine. Like the Command and Conquer Fable, I didn't mind that because it really wasn't like affecting 99.9% of the community. I don't know, man. It's a game. They have to reprint stuff. I get it. I just wish they'd stick to the rules, which is just print it in non-foil to oblivion. Like, just print it non-foil. No one has a gun to your head to print it in rainbow or cold, right? But I don't think they see it that way. So, by the way, I'm very happy to be wrong on that. I don't. Maybe that's exactly what they're supposed to do to grow their game. But the question would be, in that revolving door of reprints, how many people are exiting the game versus entering, and how much money do they spend on the game? Because, like, I have a bunch of statistics from the shop, and I can tell you, our orders have probably tripled over time, but the spend per order is nothing compared to when we opened. The average order went from like $200 on average, because once a week we sell a cold foil tunic or a cold foil scabbies. You'd always sell a big slab once a week without fail. Sometimes 3 or 4 a week, and nowadays that just is non-existent. Yeah, again, but this is like me speaking without their data, right? So they're pulling levers that I imagine make a lot of sense with the data they have. Also, like, LSs are very transparent. They're like maybe too transparent. You know exactly what kind of company they are and what they're focused on. Whether you stay or not is up to you, but they don't like hide it. They want to be the game for professional card gamers. Like, they want it to be the tournament circuit for card gaming for the world. The best one with the best prize support. And they're doing that. They're achieving that. So maybe that doesn't fit all of us and our expectations, but they're doing what they're trying to do, which I'm kind of very acutely aware of. Is I just don't fit that as a player. So a lot of their decisions are not necessarily geared to make me happy, you know? Which is fair enough. I'm very hard to please anyway. Good luck, bud. I think you've done great without these, so this is only... I'm gonna be silly with these. Dude, the cold foils are not accessible at all. What did we sell the cold foils for? $250 each? Warmongers. Yeah, like some are saying they're very easily accessible. I think they're not going to be.
Yeah, if you have $900,
Yeah, they're not going to. I don't. The rainbow foil. There's an argument there. If you had rainbow foils, now you're like, well, fuck me. But right, here are your gold packs. Hoo-hoo, pack 1, Poly Cranker. Not bad. It's a good start. Pack 2, not as good. Three. Pilfer. I think I can see what that marvel is. And I mean, double marvel. This one not great at the moment anyway. Maybe never, but yeah, Jordan, but I think that's like a market correction thing. Just wait. There's no way there's enough cold for warmongers to allow that long term. All right. Thanks for the late discussion. That made the time go quickly for me. Also, like, I don't have experience, like, because I think a lot of the complaints and stuff about reprints happen in every game, but I've never played or collected another game, so I don't know. I don't know what looks good or doesn't look good in terms of like reprints and what to expect. I just know what. Yeah, James, I think you did great, guys. We'll stream next week potentially, but more than likely next time you see us is for Riftbound on October 31, the week of that anyway. Plus, we'll be at the calling for that. If you want a Riftbound box break, they're up for sale. Otherwise, we've got a bunch of everything except for Mastery Pack and a few other sets like Hunted and stuff that is hard to get. But whatever's in stock on the website, it's all there. Thanks for picking stuff up, and yeah, see you guys soon. Bye.